Hola estudiantes, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be focusing on the reading comprehension aspect of the examination. So just remember that the paper 2 has situations, letter writing, contextual dialogue, and then finally a reading comprehension. So para esta clase, our focus will be on how we tackle the reading comprehension.
Gotta keep reading.
This picture has a few tips that we can use to tackle the reading comprehension. Don't worry, no te preocupes, I'll be sending this photo in our class WhatsApp group as well. There are really 3 basic tips that you have to follow. 1. Read the title. Why? It gives you an idea of what the passage is about, right? Step 2, you go to the questions. The questions are structured in the same order as the passage, and it tells you exactly what is taking place in the passage. And step 3, you read the passage itself, and then you respond to the questions in full sentences in English. So let us use these same tips to complete a reading comprehension passage together. So we're going to read the title, read the questions, read the passage, and then finalmente, we're going to respond to the questions in English. So vamos a leer, let us read the title of this passage. So the title that we have here is The Missing Boy. So right away we know that the passage will be about a boy and that he will be missing. So we have read the title, now it's time for us to read the questions. So the questions are as follows. A, where in Puerto Rico did the teacher take her students, right? So right away we get an idea that, okay, teacher and students, they went to Puerto Rico. Next up, we should state the arrangements the teacher made with her students. So we're going to have to look out for some sort of agreement or arrangement. Next question says, what did Miguel do and why? So obviously somebody by the name of Miguel is going to do something and we're going to have to put why. And it says, when the group was ready to leave, what did the teacher realize? How did the teacher spend the next 2 hours? And then we have described the teacher's feelings when she returned to the hotel. Our next questions, set of questions. What sight greeted the teacher at the hotel? So obviously she saw something at the hotel. Next one, how did Miguel explain his presence at the hotel? And finally, it says to explain the teacher's reaction towards Miguel. So these are our questions. So we have read the title, we have read the questions. So now we're going to actually read the passage and respond to the questions in English. Vamos. Now remember I said that the questions are actually set up in the order of the passage, right? So whatever they're asking you in A, B, and C would more than likely be in the first part. Whatever they're asking you in D, E, F, etc. would be in the second part, alright? So let us focus on questions A, B, and C. So basically the passage is saying, during our educational visit to the island of Puerto Rico, Professora Francisca brought them to Carolina's Plaza, a big shopping center or mall, right? Upon arriving there, she signaled or she showed them the exit sign, Parque El Agua, and told them that that's where they should meet at 3. She advised us to stay in groups of 2 or 3 so that we don't get lost. So right away, you see that we would have the answer for questions A, B, as well as C. So the comprehension goes on to say that Miguel, a very mischievous boy, he didn't want to stay with his friends, so he escaped from the group. At 3 o'clock, when everybody else was at Parque El Agua, the teacher started to count to ensure that, none of the students were missing. She soon realized that Miguel was missing. So there you notice that we would have our answer for the other 2 questions. So this question is asking how the teacher spent the next 2 hours, and the passage goes on to say the students returned to the hotel with another teacher while Senora Francisca stayed to look for the lost boy or the missing boy. She spent more than 2 hours searching the stores and restaurants, but without success. This question says we should describe the teacher's feelings when she returned to the hotel. So this part of the comprehension says, finally frustrated, fearful, and tired, she returned to the hotel, hoping anxiously that Miguel would be there. Upon arriving at the hotel, she saw Miguel playing peacefully in the pool. So apparently Miguel had he had gone to the wrong exit, and he thought that the group had left him, so he took a taxi and went to the hotel. So the teacher, she was both relieved but angry at the same time. And I think that would answer to our last 3 questions as well. As the last 3 questions says, what sight greeted the teacher at the hotel? How did Miguel explain his presence there? And it says to explain the teacher's reaction towards Miguel. So you realize that the questions are actually set up in the order of the passage. Entonces, therefore, students, as long as you follow these tips that are on the screen, you can't go wrong. So read the title, read the questions, then you read the passage. Then you're going to respond to the questions in English. So follow these steps and everything will be fine. You're going to have a reading comprehension to try for yourself. That's it for today. Adios.
Too good at goodbye. Oh, way too good at goodbye. Oh, way too good at goodbye.